Hey guys, it's your girl Samantha with Black Nation News, and wanted to give you guys a quick update on what is going on with Nina Turner's campaign. And currently, I just saw this article that just popped up that was just published and updated probably about an hour ago, published July 24th, 2021. It's saying AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, campaigns in Ohio to aid Bernie Sanders' protege Nina Turner's U.S. House bid. And I think the stakes are just really high for this race. So I'm not surprised that they're pulling out all the stops, like AOC and Bernie Sanders. I just read something that was a bit troubling. It was CNN talking about the wokeness is what's going to be an issue for the Democratic Party in 2022, and we all know what they really mean by wokeness, but they're basically saying that they feel like the leftist party or the Democratic Party or the people who lean to the left have basically gone too far left. And so they were just saying, like, the radical ideas and all that are probably going to be a problem for Democrats, because I guess there's more people, based on what they were saying with their studies or whatever, there's more people who don't want these radical or super progressive ideas compared to the people who want them. So I know Bernie Sanders and AOC, like AOC is known for the Green Deal. Bernie Sanders is known for universal health care coverage for everyone in America, among so many other things, like I think forgiving student loans and other things. So them campaigning for Nina Turner, it does make me a little nervous. But she's also very progressive as well, and she's made that very clear. I feel like it's a no-brainer. I don't know why people will vote for someone who is getting money from these big Wall Street companies, or these corrupt big pharma companies, things like that. Like, I just don't know why people continue to vote for people like that. But I guess they're probably people who have a lot of money as well, and they have a lot invested in this, and so they're going to go along with it. But I just don't see how the average American benefits from continuing to vote for an establishment politician, like a politician who is for big companies more so than the American people. I mean, from what I've seen, it seems like the majority Americans are struggling. Like, they're losing their houses. There's a moratorium that's ending for the rent. And people just think about rent, but they don't think about the landlords who actually own these properties as well. They have to pay mortgages with that rent that they haven't been getting. So the moratorium, when it ends for them, for people who have a mortgage, then what do? It's just a lot of people struggling out there. The middle class is getting squeezed from every end, and I just feel like the middle class barely even exists anymore. You're either very, very rich or you're poor. So let me go ahead and read this. It says Sanders says the Ohio election is a defining race for the Democratic Party, which is true. There's a lot riding on this. Everything nowadays is a lot riding on it. Like, every single race, every single election matters right now, because because we are the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, they're very like neck and neck in the with Congress. So I say we loosely, because I'm not really affiliated with either party. I actually consider myself an independent, but with Vice President Harris's vote, that allows the Democrats to be the majority. But realistically, usually when things pass, it seems like we usually always need at least 10 Republicans to really get any kind of bill passed. So we don't, basically, it's just a lot riding on it. And of course, in this case, the Democrats, they're like neck and neck, I guess. I don't know if there's any Republicans running in this race for the 11th congressional district seat in the state of Ohio. But I think that Bernie Sanders is saying that because there's a lot of bills that they want to pass in Congress that are going to be more progressive, and they want more people who are sitting in Congress to be behind them. And I don't see Chantel Brown has already made her allegiance to being more of a moderate, like more centrist than far left or progressive or radical. So let me go ahead and read this. It says U.S. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez hit the streets of Cleveland on Saturday in a show of support for Ohio congressional candidate Nina Turner. Turner, a former Ohio State Senator and co-chair of U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders' 2020 presidential campaign, has also received backing from other top liberal lawmakers in Washington as she strives to fill the 11th congressional district seat that was vacated by former U.S. Representative Marcia Fudge, who took a job with the Biden administration. The district's Republican and Democratic primaries will be held August 3rd, with the general election set for November 2nd, according to Ballotpedia. Progressives are pushing to fill the seat with their favorite candidate in a GOP-dominated state that currently has 11 Republican Congress members and just 3 Democrats. That's shocking for Ohio. I think it would be like more progressive than that. Democratic congressional hopeful Nina Turner received donation from pro-Assad operative. Okay, they said she donated that money, I think, to somewhere else. She didn't take that money. That's all another story. But anyways, they're going to start their smear campaigns to try to get her to lose or make people look at her sideways who are for her because she doesn't take money from sketchy places. She said that most of her campaign funds comes from donations from her constituents and people who believe in her. So of course they're going to try to dig up every little thing they can to make her look as bad as everybody else who's running against her really is. Like Chantel Brown is just the fact that Jim Clyburn endorsed Chantel Brown lets me know that she's sketchy. But let me continue. I think it is extremely clear that Nina Turner is a candidate in this race that answers to the people of Ohio first and foremost. Ocasio-Cortez, Democrat of New York, said in an interview with local news outlet WKYC-TV. She is a candidate that I think can be trusted to bring people's voices to Washington. Ocasio-Cortez says she endorsed Turner because of her stance on policies that progressives have labeled priority issues, including the climate and labor unions. There's a lot of dark money, there's a lot of DC and insider folks trying to tell Ohioans what to do, Ocasio-Cortez claimed. It's really important that we have a champion that has been in our community that we can trust with a track record of fighting for working people, our health care, environmental justice, living wages, the right to unionize. Sanders is also expected to hit the campaign trail next week as Turner's race comes to a close. The independent senator from Vermont described the Ohio election as a key race for the Democratic Party. The upcoming congressional election in Ohio has everything to do with the future of the Democratic Party, Sanders said in a tweet earlier this month. Will Democrats stand with the working class and have the courage to take on wealthy special interests? I know that Nina Turner will, which is why I strongly support her. Other Democrats like U.S. Representatives Cori Bush of Missouri and Rashida Tlaib of Michigan and Ayanna Pressley of Massachusetts have also endorsed the Ohio candidate, which I think they named about 3 out of the 4 members of the quote-unquote the squad, which is consisting of, I want to say is Rashida Tlaib, Ayanna Pressley, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and then Elon Omar. Let me keep going. And I'm surprised Ilhan Omar did not join in, but who knows? It probably has something to do with Palestine and Israel and all that stuff. Who knows? So Turner is seen as a top contender in a race against 12 other Democrats vying to fill the seat vacated by Fudge, who left earlier this year to become President Biden's housing secretary. Local Democratic Party Chairwoman Shontel Brown, a moderate, is believed to be Turner's biggest challenger. Brown's backers include Hillary Clinton and U.S. Representative James Clyburn, Democrat of South Carolina. Kill me now. I just really hate that guy. Really, really hate this dude. He's the House Majority Whip. Of course he is, because he's a complete coon and a complete clown. So, of course he has all kinds of, titles and biscuits to eat his fat self. So yeah, I just wanted to give this update because I just saw this article really quickly that was just updated about an hour or so ago, and just want to tell you guys how important this race is. If you're living in Ohio, please come out and vote for these midterm elections. They are just as important as the presidential election. Spread the news, spread the word. Try to mobilize as much as you can to get people to come out to vote for Nina Turner. She is the one that will get your life much better, as best as it can be. It's just a really bad time already, and the last thing you want is a Shontel Brown sitting her ass in Congress, just making lives harder for American people. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and until I see you again, take care of yourselves and each other. Peace, love, and light, and to make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.